Hi, welcome everybody to factoring by grouping. This Algebra 2 topic here. I went ahead and wrote this first example out so we can see it here. But if we follow the steps they have for us there, they said to separate the following into groups of two terms. So what I did here is I separated into two terms, and then we found a common factor for each group, okay? So for the first one, we can take a 3x out, and then we have x plus 5, and then we have 2 times x plus 5 as well, okay? And then from here, we can see, and I'll just highlight it like this, you see 3x and 2, right? They both have factors of x plus 5. And I can highlight this either with another color, or you can see, right, I have it like this. So then my next step is simply writing this next part, right? And I can say, well, then I have 3x plus 2, like this, right? So that's my two terms like that. And then I can put them in yellow, or I could not, but it's nice. I can put them in yellow, and then it just becomes x plus 5. I think, oh yeah, if I look at their example there, they put them in different order. They put them 3x plus 2 last, and they put x plus 5 first. But it doesn't really matter. This is the answer. And then I can multiply these out, and I would get the exact same thing that I had in that first step right there. Okay? So that's factor my grouping. Now, you can look at the second example there where we have negatives. Negatives can be a little tricky, so you do want to be careful about how you do those negatives. So you can see, I'll go to that first step here, right? And I say 2, where I had 2x, then we have 3x minus 4. Oh, wait, nope. Let me go back one step. One step here, and I just had it like this: 6x squared minus 8x plus, right, and then it said minus 15x plus 20, right? Okay, now when I want to break these into two groups, right, you can see the next step, then I know that I have 2x as a common factor here, and then so that one's not hard because I have 3x minus 4, right? That's not hard. But then I go to the next step and say, well, what is common to these right here? Well, 5 is the common number, right? If I just do 5, and then I factor it out of this one, then I have 3x, right? And then say, okay, well, if I have minus, right, or plus, right? If I did plus here, right? Well, if I did minus, then this number here would have to be minus as well, right? So then I have minus 4 here, like this, which is what they did as well, okay? Because minus 5, right? If I did minus 5 times minus 4, then I get positive 20. So you just have to make sure those things line up. That's the only thing you got to be careful with when you have negatives. Okay, so then when you factor this part out to the last step, then I have, and I put this in different colors, but I have 2x minus 5, and then I have 3x minus 4. Okay, so however you want to do it, you can do a different order if you want to. But I like doing this one that's in black first, 2x minus 4, and then doing the blue where I have 3x minus 4. It doesn't really matter which one you put first. Either way is correct. Now, the only one that I want to mention here, you guys only have 5 examples to work with, so they're pretty straightforward. But what if you had something like 3x squared plus 6x, and then you had plus x plus 2? And you say, well, I go ahead and do the common factor like normal, right? Yes, of course you would. Okay, and then you say, okay, then I have 3x here, and I have x plus 2. And then for over here, you say, well, what do I really have here, right? Because it looks like I just have plus, and then I just have plus x plus 2, right? Okay, that doesn't look the same as before. Well, then you just have to remember that 1, okay, the number 1 can be a common factor. Can be a common factor. Okay, and what do you mean by that? Well, that means that if I want to factor right here, I can just say plus, and I can put a plus 1 here. And then over here, I can write 3x plus 1, and then I can write x plus 2, like that, okay? And that would be my answer for that one. Alright, and that finishes up what we're learning this week in factoring by grouping.